Okay, can you hear me now?
See, that says,
Raise your hand.
hands, yes, good, yay.
All right.
I got hands.
All right, thank you for your patience. We're going to put your hands down. If you can see the home base screen, please raise your hand.
Yay.
Yay, awesome. All right, looks like most folks can see that. All right. All right, and also on your webinar housekeeping screen, there's just a little blurb on how you can enter questions on your dashboard. There's a questions box. You can type those in here. Most of you have already found that. And then we are going to put some handouts in the handout box. We'll get those toward the end, and when we can kind of take a break during questions, I'll get those posted for you. All right, and again, this is Cammie Nairn. I am with the NCDPI Professional Home-Based Learning Team. And also here with me today is Doris. I'll let Doris introduce herself.
Hi, this is Doris Kiss. I am with the PowerSchool group, and
we also have
Melissa Conover. I am currently the NCDPI IAM Service Manager for DPI. All things IAM.
All right, and also joining us today is Ms. Tiffany. Say hello, Tiffany.
Hello, everyone. It's Tiffany Kinney from the Home-Based Professional Learning Team. Welcome.
All right. So if we're all ready, we're going to go ahead and get started with the webinar. Click in the right spot. And actually, we're going to turn this over to Melissa Conover. She's going to tell you why we are populating staff emails in PowerSchool.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's been a long time since I've talked to you all. It's great to be with you again. Most of you know that this has been forthcoming for some time. The original purpose of this was to allow for multiple emails to be presented to IAM. But what we're doing here simultaneously is we're cleaning up a lot of the issues that we've had with staff emails since the inception of the service. By design, if two emails currently in the processing, if two emails are present in HRMS or another HR system for an employee, we don't send any. So that's all going to be resolved. We do have issues, as you know, where you may have...
We have two people who can't hear. At least two are reporting. Sorry.
Hold on one second. We have reports of not being able to hear. Everybody's good now? Everybody's good now. Okay, Marsh Peaks is good. Jess Bradley's good. All right. Let's do a hands again for hearing.
Y'all will put your hands up if you can hear, please.
All right. So I don't know who heard and who did not, so I'll start from the top. The purpose of this change in the IAM service is to alleviate the issues that we've had in the past with staff email. The original requirement was that if two emails were present for an employee, meaning one in one LEA and one in another LEA, none were sent to the service. So that presented a problem for some of the downstream applications and for Canvas and for a couple of other applications that utilize the email, including Discovery Ed. So what we did is we came up with a scenario where we are, in all cases with staff, we're looking for PowerSchool first for the email, and then if the email or the staff member is not in PowerSchool, then we go to the HRMS, which is, it's not really HRMS anymore. Some of you are on links. Some charters actually upload their information, and some information is coming from HRMS still for those LEAs that are still using it. So we're going to call that HR data. So if you have no email or you're not in PowerSchool, your email address will come in from the HR data, either from a third-party HR application or HRMS or the charter uploads. Also, on the IAM service side, once we're certain that the file is successful and we're getting the emails like we intended to, a couple of days down the road, we're going to turn on a process in the IAM service that allows you to select your preferred email if you have multiples. Now, in a lot of cases, the multiple emails are coming from situations where employees have been in one LEA and have moved to another and still have the affiliation with the old LEA. In this case, hopefully, eventually, you'll be off-boarded on the LEA in which you left, and that won't be an issue. But even if that happens now, once this process is in place, you'll be able to select your preferred email, which is really kind of a cool feature. On the 29th, we're going to be putting this change in on the evening of December 29th. What the staff members here are going to talk to you about is updating PowerSchool if you want to use that for your emails for your staff members. So we recommend that you have these emails if you're using PowerSchool. We recommend that you have these updated by the 29th. So on the 29th, we can actually grab the email in which you prefer. I'll be happy to answer any questions now, or we can wait until afterwards as to the purpose and the mechanism by which we're doing this. I'm going to hand it back to the training team.
All right. Thank you, Mel.
You're welcome.
And again, that calendar reminder, at the close of business day on Thursday, December 29th, the processing for the employee source data will be modified. So we do recommend that all staff emails be up to date by December 29th. That is a recommendation. We do realize we are at the holiday season. And if you have any issues after that upload goes in, I'm sure communication will go out once that is successful. Please have your authorized staff, if you have an issue, put a remedy ticket into the Remedy web portal. All right, so we actually have two ways that you can populate staff emails into PowerSchool. The first one is the manual method, and if I can move this, when you're entering it manually in PowerSchool, although you can have multiple email addresses, I understand, in IM NCA Cloud, you can only have one email address in the field in PowerSchool, and we'll see that shortly. We do have a video to show you the steps to do that. The method 2 is also in PowerSchool using the Data Export Manager and Quick Import, and that's the export-import functionality. Remember, this is a danger. Only the staff with appropriate security should use export and import functionality in PowerSchool because the importing data will change your data. Okay. All right, so I think we have everybody here now. Good. Welcome, Donna. I'm glad you can hear now. Oops. I'm not. I'll be very fast. All right, so we have a couple of links for you. We do have a QRD on these steps that you'll be seeing in just a minute, and that is found on www.ncsys.org, and you'll see the link there. And I did post this PowerPoint as a PDF in your handout, so you'll have the links. And we have a quick resource video. We hope to start getting these back up. You used to have some in NCWise. Now we're going to have a PowerSchool quick resource video, or QRV. And our first one is Populating Staff Emails in PowerSchool. And the link is there. And we're going to watch that. So let me see if we can get to that. Do we have any questions right now, Doris? Are we good?
We're good so far. Once we got our sound fixed, we're good.
Okay. All right, so this is where your documents are going to live at ncsys.org under PowerSchool Documents. School information? No, you're doing the QRD. Yeah, school information. If I can get my links to work. What is this one? Little arrow. I'll make this down south. Which one?
The red one.
Well, I saw it earlier.
Didn't she set up a whole new page for video?
I was going to show them the document.
What's at the very top?
Is it?
Oh. Right there, adding staff.
Look, that's adding staff.
You're right.
All right, we're going to find that later for you. Sorry about that. Is it under training?
It shouldn't be. It should be under the.
All right. Well, we just have put it up today, so it's we won't be able to search for it, but we have the link for it. The quick resource video is under training, quick resource videos, and here's the link for that. All right. And if everybody's ready. All right, so this is our video. We'll get it started going for you.
Quick resource video. Welcome to PowerSchool, Populating Staff Email. PowerSchool is now considered the authoritative source for all staff email and IM services. This video assists the district user to find blank email addresses for all staff within PowerSchool. It guides the user on populating missing staff email addresses manually or using export-import function. Staff emails are to be updated in PowerSchool by persons with the appropriate security to do.
All right, notice you can pause the video at any time, and then you just click the play to play it back. You can move this bar right here to slide it back and forth while your user is using it. So go ahead and start it.
Note that PowerSchool data is pulled nightly every Sunday through Friday. Method 1, using the manual method at LEA or school level. Log into your PowerSchool instance and decide if you're going to use a school or LEA office. For this training, we will choose LEA level. Then select the Staff tab. In the Staff Type drop-down box, choose All. In the search area, type email_ADDR equals blank and click the search icon. If the result returns more than one staff member, the Select a Staff screen appears with all staff members missing email addresses. From the Select a Staff grid, click the first name listed. Then in the left blue rail under Functions, click Information. In the email address field, type in the email address. This is limited to one email only. Scroll to the bottom of the screen and click Submit to save the information. You will then see a Changes Recorded screen. On the left side, Search Staff menu bar, click the right arrow to go to the next staff member from the staff email search results. Repeat the steps of entering the staff email and submit the page until all staff records have been updated. You have just finished the manual method 1. Method 2, using export-import functionality of PowerSchool at the LEA or school level. At the LEA or school level start page, navigate to the Staff tab. In the Staff Type drop-down box, select All. In the search area, type email_ADDR equals blank and click the search icon. The Select a Staff screen appears with all staff members missing email addresses. Building a staff import with Export Data Manager. Under Functions, select Special Functions, then Importing and Exporting the Data Export Manager. Depending on your staff selection, it may take a minute or two to open. On the Export tab, for category, choose Tables, and from Export From, choose Users. Please see your LEA administrator or PowerSchool administrator if you do not have anything in Export From. From the Users table on the left side, check the following fields in order: teacher number, last name, first name, and email manager screen, ensure there is a check mark in the box on the Teachers to Include line. Use current teacher selection equals the same number of the blank email search. Leave Export All Rows button selected and click Next. On the Export Summary and Output option screen, Records to Export shows the number of active records. For export file name, use the default name or edit as necessary. Leave the next three settings. Click Include column headers, and then click Export. A dialog box will appear prompting the user to open or save the export file. Select the Save Radio button, then click OK and make note of where you saved the file. Then open Excel to edit the newly saved file. Open the text file in Excel. You will browse to your saved file. You may have to put the search on all files. Open. Mark that the data has headers, and click Finish. In the user's email address column, key in the desired email information, limited to one email only. Once all emails are entered, click File and Save As. Save it as a text tab delimited file. You can rename it if you like, and save it back in the same location or a new file. Warning: importing data into PowerSchool will change data. Now let's import the text file into PowerSchool. Under Functions, choose Special Functions, then Importing and Exporting, then Quick Import. On the Quick Import screen, select the Teachers table. Leave the next three fields, and then beside File to Import, click Browse, locate and select the Modified Text tab delimited file, and click Open. Ensure that the suggested field map box is checked and click Import. On the Import Records from an ASCII text file screen, map the following: users.teachernumber to teacher number, users.lastname to last name, users.firstname to first name, users.email address to email address. Check to exclude the first row. Under Advanced Import Options, check Update Teacher Records and click Submit. Once loaded, the screen returns a row for each record imported. And you have completed Method 2. Please verify your staff data, and thank you for attending this quick resource video.
All right, so let's get back to our PowerPoint. Outside my bar. All right, so that was just a quick view at our quick resource video. It does give you the steps, and you do have access to that on ncsys.org. Can't find my PowerPoint. There we go. Let me get this document for you, and we'll put it in the handouts too. And do we have any questions at all from the field? I know it was quick, so let's take those.
We do have one.
Okay.
All right. What about the DPI employee staff that they have where our emails are missing? That was someone's asking that question. Will those be updated by DPI?
We don't have to have emails in there, do we? I do not believe we do. We were put in differently than the field, so that we can access the different schools. So that answer is no, don't worry about the emails for the DPI staff.
All right, how about emails for contractors such as CIS, DDS, and nurses, those type personnel that they have that are non-employee, that basically are their contract? Should they have emails?
If they use the service, then they should have emails. So if you're using the IAM service and you need an email in the IAM service, then you need to have an email in the source.
All right.
Okay. LEA decision.
Yes, it is an LEA decision, Donna. For those of you, for the individual you want in PowerSchool, and the others will go from HRMS. That is correct.
Okay, what about the community college instructors?
As long as the people are actually using the IAM service, they will need email. So I don't know if the college instructors are using the IAM service, but if you need, if your teachers or your staff members are using the IAM service and they log in, then they need to have an email. That's the general rule.
All right. Someone says, may want to remind that if IAM has no email, can't use the IAM password recover feature.
That's correct, Jim. Great point. Also, with the password reset, one of the things that, and I don't mean to diverse here, but we'd like you all to update your challenge questions so that when you come back from the holidays, if you have an issue with your password, you can do so. Excellent point, Jim, that yes, you cannot get an email to reset your password if you don't have an email address. So we're going to look and see in the first couple of days how many more email addresses we have in the source data from prior to this enhancement. And I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed, that there's going to be a lot more represented in the file since the approach to finding them and to putting the right email in there has been changed.
Okay. Someone's saying, so if you are saying if they access PowerSchool, then they need to have an email address.
Okay, mostly it is actually if the downstream systems, for example, if you use Google Apps for Education, that application requires an email, okay? So it's really in assuring that the downstream applications have all the source data that they need. And the other reason here is on the NESIS side, because we're cleaning up them as well. So by going into PowerSchool and making sure that your emails are up to date, it's actually the best practice at this point to make sure that any applications that use that data have the right stuff. That makes sense?
All right. Thank you, Mel.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Beth says,
Yeah, Beth has something about VPS.
we've had issues with the NCVPS teachers having an email, but the SAR kicks the email out as not being there. I'd like to take a look at that, Beth, I think individually. If you want to send me an email with that, the details of that, I could take a look at that for you. It seems kind of out of the blue.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one either. Yeah, good point.
All right.
What if they're only accessing PowerSchool but no other, but not third party like the nurses?
So only accessing PowerSchool, not third party like our nurses. You know, it's an LEA decision as to what you want to have in the service and how clean you want the service. Just by the fact that the nurses can go in and have issues with their password reset emails or something like that, I would think that you would want to get those up to date. It's not required for you to go in and put all these email addresses in PowerSchool. If what is working from HRMS or the HR data is okay for you now, you can continue to use that. Beverly, yes, please email me, melissa.conover@dpi.nc.gov. I want to take a look at that SAR issue. That's an interesting point.
Yeah, just see one from Jim right above it.
Jim Mendoza. Oh, Jim, you know what? I can send you some information on how to find that.
Okay. Oh, that video was amazing, and I guess we have no questions for that. Really don't have questions, it seems.
All right. Well, I hope your staff can utilize that video. I hope that does help a lot when you're disseminating the help information as to how to enter data into PowerSchool. Any other questions?
Any other questions on this? And again, we have told you in the video and in the QRD, please be very cautious when importing into PowerSchool, as it will change data, and it can change it permanently. It will change it permanently, and if you don't know how to undo, be very careful.
All right. So we'll give you another, let's give you another minute or two if you have further questions, and then if not, we'll give you back the rest of your day, and we'll be closing out in just a minute or two.
Someone does have a very good point on those of you who are having SAR issues with VPS. Be sure that you have NCVPS set in the section attributes.
Oh.
That does need to be done. So thank you, Nana, for the reminder. And yes, we are going to post this video.
The video is already posted.
And our webinar, too.
And this video, yes, this webinar will be posted with all the questions. Yes.
So for those of you who missed the beginning, Mel's part, because Mel has really wonderful information at the beginning. So it will be on the video that we will post.
Amanda Hurl. We use North Carolina School of Sciences and Math, and they are not providing any information, including email, date of birth, etc. To search or create a UID, we currently have a facilitator as lead teacher. Will this create an issue? How do we know that that they are UID users? Amanda, if you can put that in an email to me, or I think I probably need to look at that a little bit further. I'm not actually understanding the question right now, but I'm sure when I leave this room I will. So if you could throw me an email on this issue here. Yes, I am Melissa. Melissa.Conover. I'm sorry, I assumed everybody knew me by now. At dpi.nc.gov. The one with the Jersey accent.
Among all these southern accents.
That's right. Okay, you guys.
Yeah, you got it. That's my girl.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, if we have no further questions, we hope you enjoyed today's webinar, and thank you for your patience. So this is pretty much my first webinar, so I apologize for a little bit of going back and forth, but I appreciate you guys coming out today. Thank you to Mel and Doris and Tiffany for attending too, and we'll say goodbye. And do you have another question?
Well, they just want to know if QRD is coming in the handout.
Yes, I will attach that before I log off of the webinar.
Okay.
And we'll make sure it gets posted on the NC site as well.
Oh, Marcia likes the video.
We thought it was there.
It is there.
It is there?
It is there. Yes. If you use that link, you can pull it up there. The link, it works.
Yay.
All right. Get out of here. So yes, I had it pulled up right here. This is where you'll see it. If you put that link in, you do see it. You can't search it yet on that site because it was just put up, and it'll take Google a few days to, when you search in there using the Google search, for it to actually pull up for the Google search.
How about the Gurgle students?
Google search. But yes, I will post it. If I do not get it in the handouts, I will email it to everybody that attended today.
And you can put it in the chat. Put the link in the chat.
Oh.
Amanda Harrell says, thank you, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas all to you all. Happy holidays. Hope everybody stays safe and warm.
There you go. Copy it.
All right, so I put the link to the QRD in the chat, and that will give you access to that QRD. All right, so are we good today, ladies?
I believe we're good.
All
Someone
right.
wants an offline question. I told them go ahead.
All right, so we're going to say goodbye to everybody else. Thank you for attending.